What I would take a lot of anger with is VAR again. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of referees passing the buck upstairs and then butlers not having the balls to actually say, go to the monitor, it might be a penalty, have a look yourselves. The Premier League and the FA are hiding behind, and Mike Riley, hang your head in shame, Mike, because they're hiding behind this nonsense of it has to be a really high threshold for it to be overturned. No, it just has to be the wrong decision. That's it. That's why they introduced VAR. 4 officials to go over and have a look at the side of the pitch. But what we have in England is, we have this shitty situation where referees are passing the buck upstairs, or to Stockley Park I should say, to a load of lads that aren't willing to overturn the decisions of their mates because they don't want to be seen to be undermining the officials. It's ridiculous. It's not what VAR was brought in for. And I'm glad to hear Pierluigi Collina come out this week and say that those officials are showing the wrong type of solidarity towards their fellow officials, because I get it. It must be difficult. It must be difficult to tell your mate you made a mistake. But that's your job. That's what you're there for. That's why all this glorious technology is built around you, so you can make these decisions. If you want to bottle it and you don't want to make the decision yourself, then tell them to go and have a look at the side of the pitch. Because week in and week out now, we're seeing VAR bottle it. They bottled it for the Bruno Fernandes incident. They bottled it for the Harry Kane incident. They've bottled it numerous times for fouls, particularly on Mohamed Salah this season. And I'm sick of it. And I'm sure you guys are as well. And this isn't me moaning about a result today, because it's, I won't say insignificant, but it is what it is. So what these days are going to happen. I've watched football long enough now to know that I'm going to see these scenarios over and over again where teams dominate games and they get caught with a sucker punch. It happens. We've seen it happen. But it still doesn't excuse the shambles that is VAR in the Premier League. I mean, we've got this wonderful technology that nobody argues with the offside decisions, even when they are close. There's a science behind it. This is still being left to people being subjective. And the referee is the man in the middle. The referee is the one that should be making the decisions that impact the game that he's in charge of. Everything is at his fingertips, and yet they're not going. And they're saying that it's because it slows things down. We don't care if you get to the right decision. But we're seeing the wrong decisions. And when you've had 3 incidents this week, and I'm not even talking about our game today, 3 incidents where we've heard and we've had admitted that the wrong decisions were made. Well, I'm sorry, but that's just not good enough, because you have the technology. It's not VAR that's the problem. It's these clowns in the Premier League that's the problem. I've long been talking about the level of officiating in the Premier League not being good enough. No, and the referees have a difficult job. It's a really tough job. And nobody expects them to be perfect. But when you have the assistance, use it. Use it or fuck off. Because you're not good enough to be doing your jobs if you don't have the balls to make the decisions. It's what you get paid for. Grow a pair and make the right decisions. Do what you know is right. You know half of these anywhere else on the pitch, they're a free kick. We've seen in today's game a challenge for Andy Robertson on the edge of the Burnley penalty area, left hand side. The player got the ball but then took the man out afterwards. Should have been a foul. What did we see? Not 10 minutes later, up in our half of the pitch, one of our players was fouled because the Burnley player took the man and the ball. And what happened? The referee gave a free and a yellow card. Now, why is that any different to what we've seen happen on the edge of the Burnley penalty area? It isn't. But it's just this ridiculous notion that people have that it needs to be some type of a different foul if a penalty is to be given. And then we have this bullshit handball rule where we see attackers getting penalised even if it brushes off their baby finger and has nothing to do, but the threshold for a handball for a defender is completely different. It's the same law. You can't just make shit up to suit you. It's the same law. You can't interpret the laws of the game how you want. They're there for a goddamn reason. I'm sick of this VAR nonsense. I'm sick of referees. I'll hand it over to you guys. I've had my say. I've enjoyed this little rant, getting some stuff off my chest. Let me know what you guys think.